You are now listening to the Warp World Podcast. Boom shakalaka.
3, 2, 1.
Who's introing?
Welcome everybody to the Warp World Podcast, episode 100 live here
Episode 100!
at
Wow.
E3 2019.
Isn't that so exciting?
With me is the loud guy you've already heard, Xwater,
Hi.
and the wolf known as Noble Tofu.
Hello.
Ow.
Where's my duck? I need my duck whistle.
Oh, no.
No duck whistle.
No duck whistle.
Guys, so Noble Tofu is joining us. He's from California. He's here. He's been hanging out with us all week, so we figured we'd have him on the podcast. This podcast is going to be about our experience currently at E3. We're at day 3 of E3, so there's
Yes.
still a little bit more to do after this. But I think we got enough to talk to you guys about it all right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think, really, most importantly, above all else, is, this somehow aligned to fit episode 100, the first triple-digit number that we're going to hit, at the same time that we're at E3. Really sad that we don't have Pooh here. Happy that we do have the guest that is Tofu.
Thank you.
I'm stoked to have you on. But
if he shaved his head,
I put a hat on and took out my gauges.
yeah,
no.
it'd almost be like he's here.
No.
But we wouldn't have that passion, that Grand Pooh Bear essence.
Nah, you can't
Known
replace.
as the Pooh essence.
You can't replace him.
No.
Pooh essence.
absolutely
I'm
not.
coining that. That is a new.
Puissance.
Happy to be here.
I would buy that.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
No, this is crazy. We did not know we were going to be filming on the E3 floor.
No.
Last week we got an email like, "Hey, you're media. You're registered for a podcast. Are you guys interested in recording or using our little area?" And we're like, "Yeah." So all of this came really fast.
Yes.
Had no clue.
We've learned a lot about how to attend E3 as media. Granted, when we first decided to do this, Jaku and I were talking about attending E3 for the purpose of getting details about Mario Maker 2. As everybody knows, it's we're trying to get the ground floor built for the new Warp World queuing system that's going to hopefully support Mario Maker 2 as fast as possible after launch. So the goal and the general idea was that we wanted to come here, get our hands on Mario Maker 2, and we applied for media badges through the podcast, and we got accepted. So booked our flights, all that other stuff, and then Nintendo announces their show floor list doesn't include the whole reason we came here for.
Yeah.
We were here for Mario Maker 2, and instead we got Doug Bowser pretending to be Bowser.
Don't you mean the other way around?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Doug
Yeah.
Bowser was
Yeah.
technically born first, right?
Yeah.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Doug
Yeah.
Bowser's 35.
Yeah, no.
If he's 35, he's got to do something about that.
In the,
no offense, Doug Bowser.
In the Japanese Direct, it was funny. They had subtitles for it because he's called Koopa.
He's
just
called
in
Koopa,
Japan.
but also
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
You ever play a Japanese Smash Bros?
The joke,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
but it was still pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's
Doug
an easy
Koopa.
joke. But yeah, I don't know. This is amazing.
This is an incredible experience so far. A lot of what we've been doing at the conference so far has been a lot of meetings and business type stuff with other developers, other media companies. We hung out with some friends, got some dinners and stuff, which will make a great story for later on.
Oh man.
yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Oh, man.
We got to go day by day.
Yeah,
we can't tell
yeah.
you what happened last night, even though that's the juiciest.
That's the best thing that's happened in my entire life. But gentlemen, why don't we go ahead and dive in with our experiences, and then after that we can kind of talk about the announcements and what we're hyped for, what we think is a flop, all that stuff. Kick it off with our day one experiences being here, and maybe we start off telling the story of how we got you into the conference with us.
Yeah, so me attending, just like everything else, I've kind of just been inviting myself essentially. No, it was very last minute, but Jaku knew I lived in the area, so he decided to extend the invite. And when we came here, they already had their badges and everything, and they wanted to see if it's oh, we're part of Warp World, I'm part of Warp World, so just kind of squeeze me in as the company, part of the company. And we went up and we found out that we were able to get in a person for the company for every so many ratings for the podcast. And then Yeah, we just basically went up and got the badge, like it was almost effortlessly.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was almost like they didn't have. I was surprised at how easy the process was. We walked up to a desk, they gave us a piece of paper. We walked up to another desk, bam, Tofu's
totally.
in
Well,
E3.
hold on, because that's not exactly what happened. That piece of paper, we're walking right. Is it this easy? Could we just go photocopy this and put anyone's name and get anyone else in? No. No, because the guy that gave us the sheet of paper did not put him into the computer system right away.
Yeah.
And we got there faster than he did, and they're like, "You're not in the system." So there's definitely, another process to that. That's just one step of it.
Yeah.
But it was fairly easy.
It was that piece of paper was absolutely forgeable.
Yeah. But the computer part,
Oh no,
also forgeable, just not
as easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great to be able to get you in
Mm-hmm.
because again, like you said, you're in the area. It's not that far of a drive for
No,
you.
90
And
minutes.
Having another Warp World member here makes it all the better,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
even if he is a wolf.
the media badge has given us 2 hours early
2 hours
access
early.
to everything.
Yeah, on the floor.
Which
We haven't really taken advantage of.
no, we
we
really
did a
have
bit,
not.
but
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's given us access to a couple of exclusive things at the conference as well, which we've been figuring out how much power we do and don't have in a lot of interesting ways. Yeah, we've got to see a couple things behind closed doors at some points, but we've also got to skip a couple of lines every now and then, kind of just I'm with the media.
Yeah. Get a wave the burgundy.
I would
Burgundy
call
color?
that either a weird mix of burgundy and magenta.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but the first night we got here was Monday night, and we didn't actually, the conference starts on Tuesday, so it was kind of like a catch up with friends and
Yeah.
goof around kind of day. So we get in, it's somewhere around noon-ish.
Yeah.
Go out, get lunch with our good friend from Twitch, Sam, DJ.
Yeah, DJ Fluffkins.
Yeah, and we got some nice burgers.
That burger
We
place was nice.
checked into our hotel, and then what else did we do day one before we went out to dinner with our friends?
Scooters.
Scooters.
I'm sorry, but the electric scooter thing here in LA is my new favorite thing. I almost literally wanted to take a trip down here and just ride electric scooters around town.
Pooh said the same thing when we were in Seattle, and I'm like, let's ride scooters everywhere. And at first he was hesitant, and then afterwards he's like, that was fun,
no,
yo.
that's super fun.
Dude, remember that one guy who tried to body check me off my scooter?
He body checked both of us.
Yeah.
Not even 5 seconds us taking off.
Xwater almost died.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. My first, as soon as I take off, first scooter trip here. Some dude's on the side of the road. He just let someone out of his car, and he's about to merge back into traffic, and he's pulled over. I don't know what his plan is. He's not using his blinkers. I'm in a bike lane maybe, or in a regular lane, whatever. I'm on the road like I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Dude doesn't check his mirrors or blind
Nope.
spots and just starts zipping out, almost rails me. It was ridiculous.
So it was Kellython when I first used the scooters, because we were all in there, and they had those scooters.
I remember,
and no
yeah.
one did them, but me and Johnny and the Beast, we had that live stream that was amazing. When I got back from Kellython last year, I'm like, I need a scooter. So I looked up scooters online, and I'm like, you know what, these are stupid. I bought an electric skateboard. And that's been so much fun. That goes almost 25 miles per hour.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
fast.
That's
10 miles.
terrifying.
It is. It's
these scooters we've been riding max out at 13, 14.
15, 16, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Chicago is bringing the scooters to Chicago
Oh, really?
very soon.
Oh.
Nice.
So I'm going to be able to ride with my friends now because they can get a scooter, I can skateboard.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
when you do group rides, because we do group rides on the skateboards, 15, 20 of us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun. We take over the streets.
I've never
No, people see you then.
Uh-huh.
I've never ridden a skateboard before. Yeah,
Ever?
I always did rollerblades when I was a kid. I was the rollerblader.
I do both. I like both.
Yeah, honestly, rollerblades, every single piece of transportation like that has its pros and cons.
Uh-huh.
Bikes, easy to use, but hard to store.
Bigger, hard to store,
Yeah, hard
and
to
wider
maneuver.
turns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skateboards, really cool, hard to balance.
Easy to store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scooters, similar, easier to balance, harder to store, but also, skateboard, hands-free. Scooter, not hands-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then rollerblades, though, hands-free,
Yeah.
easy to store.
You got to carry a pair of
but
shoes
you gotta
with you,
carry
though.
a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
When someone invents something that has all the pros and none of the cons,
Rollerblades with clip-on wheels.
That'll be
motors
the future.
attached. Yeah.
That'll be the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Rollerblades, you got to have a sturdy boot. Like, you can't be just wearing like a pair of like ankle-high Nikes. You know,
Yeah.
you got to have a real sturdy boot if you're gonna roll through with something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to E3, we
Yep.
were scootering everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, I forgot what we did after that. After I got in,
I think it was just we hung out for a little while until we
checked
went
in the
to
hotel.
dinner.
Yeah,
right?
we did dinner. We hung out, and then we scooted around. And I feel like we had. Oh no, we went to the bar.
oh, we went.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the,
that's the night we went to the
right.
bar after
yeah,
the
it's
dinner.
where,
Yeah.
where Jakku he ordered 2 40-ounces that had it was a beer with double handles.
Yes, like it was the size of Jakku's face.
Yeah,
And
too.
so we go out to the bar and like, you know, we were hanging out after dinner. We went with Spike, Vegeta, and Glackham. Glackham, who was here and did his Rayman run for the Ubisoft conference for Rayman's 20th anniversary. Super cool that he got to do that.
Yeah.
Amazing experience, I'm sure. And Spike Vegeta was doing commentary for us.
Yes.
So they joined us, as well as Rom Scout and Katie and
Our NASA nerd.
Van.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
NASA nerd.
yeah, and
He's gonna
we
change his Twitch into that NASA nerd.
that NASA nerd.
yeah, so we had a really good crew, and then yeah, we ended up like splitting ways. Some people went to sleep, and a small group of us went out to this other bar where Jakku got the 40-ouncer. I got a Long Island iced tea, and the guy comes up after, and he's like, "All right, happy hour," and I'm like, "Wait, now?"
Yeah.
Because
it's
it's somewhere
late.
around like
It
midnight.
was yeah. It was super late.
So Jakku kind of looks at me, and he's like, "Are we doing this?" And I was like, "I'll take a 40. I'll do that."
Yeah.
And so yeah, Jakku slammed down to 80 ounces of cider that night.
Yeah.
it
yeah.
was impressive.
You know-
I wanted that mug.
Yeah, that mug was cool.
Yeah.
I wanted the double handle mug.
That was really cool. You know when you have like those like sleepovers as a kid where you're hanging out with your buddies and it's like late at night and you're supposed to be going to sleep, but you're all just staying up giggling and
Yeah.
telling secrets. That's what it ended up being like at the end
Yeah.
of the night. Like
Yeah.
we had a
Bonding.
good old time, came back, and just some nice. I was gonna say some nice bondage, but that's not
know,
the
yeah.
right
Nice bonding.
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 Nice.
Bonding.
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 James Bonding.
Verb, not a noun.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, that was all before E3 opened up.
Yeah.
There were some obviously news conferences and things like that everyone's
Yeah.
seen, but the show floor opened up the next morning.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of us. We got to bed pretty late.
Yeah.
But we woke up fairly early.
We
With
got
all
there
things.
no later than 10, and it opened at 9.
Yeah.
We actually woke up in time for the direct.
Right.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
'Cause
We
that
watched
was the
the
big
direct.
news.
That was
Yes.
big news.
Okay, we should probably talk a little bit about the direct then.
Yes.
While we're here.
So it opened up with Luigi's Mansion, didn't it?
It opened up with Doug Bowser and Bowser.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It opened up with like a Nintendo Direct logo.
Yeah.
Let's frame by frame. Let's nail it down. All right. I got the first frame. What's yours?
Okay, it's still on the Nintendo Direct logo.
All right. Third frame.
I'm not playing this game.
All right. Fine. You're out.
No, but we did have some really awesome announcements from Nintendo, and a lot of the stuff like we've already known. It's been in development, or like we've seen hints at it before. But a lot of things that people wanted to know, things that I wanted to know more details about. And so like the big ones were obviously Animal Crossing. We got a launch date on that.
I love so Animal Crossing. The black screen, the white text. It shows up. I don't remember what it said, but
like
immediately
the
Xwater-
font that they used and everything. I look at it and I'm like, well, that's
No.
not Animal
Yeah,
Crossing.
no.
And then next slide, it was like Nook Skylines, and it's like, Animal
It's Animal Crossing.
That was really funny. But yeah, Animal Crossing. So some news about Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
They delayed it. It was going to be out this year, but they're like, it's going to be March because we want our employees to not feel rushed and
Not
crunch time.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
stock dropped a lot.
Did it
Really?
drop a lot? I've heard
A decent-
their market value dropped $1 billion.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much their stock needs to drop for their market value to drop $1 billion.
It dropped quite a bit.
Because what is a Nintendo stock? Like $34?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know but I saw that it dropped, and it's like because the company's treating their employees like humans.
Because it's
Yeah.
that's business, man.
That's business, absolutely.
Yeah.
But holy crap, Animal Crossing, it's only delayed a few months.
Yeah,
Like,
March 20th.
That's more than enough time.
We
And
get it in less than a year.
It looks so interesting.
It looks like they're taking like aspects of like crafting and putting it in because
Yeah.
you're on a resort island that Nook sends you to, of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, that's like a slave island. I feel like.
Essentially, he sends you out there and he's like, all right, so your fees are about 50,000 bells. I'm not flying you home unless you start working, pal.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the flight out there is free, but the flight home costs.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some camp that he's sending people to clean it up, and then here's what he's gonna do. The next time a human villager comes back, it's like, hey, I built you this house on this island. He's doing it all over again.
Oh my God,
He's doing it all over again.
He's starting. That's why Tom Nook is a good businessman.
Yeah.
Good businessmen are not good people.
That's true.
That's why Nintendo stock dropped. They're trying to be good people. That makes them bad businessmen.
It's interesting that Tom Nook's in this game that makes, good business decisions, but doesn't care about the people. But Nintendo, poor business decisions, cares about the people.
Yeah. It's a social commentary.
Yeah.
But no, as you were just talking about the crafting elements and
Oh
everything.
my gosh.
And that was like one of the first things that they showed off, and I think that's going to be one of the most important things. I feel like gaming in these sorts of settings, like things like Minecraft, The Sims, all of these games that are more focused around like
Reality.
and living and just being a little goofy and like designing a house and making a nice little area. Crafting is a huge part of it. It's why people love Stardew Valley. It's why people love Minecraft, and it's why it's something people definitely are going to really appreciate in Animal Crossing, being able to craft specific kinds of decorations for your area.
Yeah.
We saw that you could like explicitly pave paths.
Yeah.
Yes.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
So the trick to do that in the past was like to lay down those tiles.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And it was like, this really isn't how you should do it, but it works.
It was something that was like unintentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to finally see that in there. And yeah, it's got like a Minecraft-esque to it with crafting. It looks like it's gonna be fairly simple.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's Animal Crossing. You don't want to have to remember 1,000 recipes.
No.
I'm not trying to make it. Yeah, I'm not trying to make it a full-time job. I want to relax with that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're trying to full-time job, relax, Animal Crossing. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a silly game. People love it though, and it's at a base level, it's so basic, but it's addicting in that regard. You have a goal, and it's an easy goal to accomplish.
Something that I thought was like a really cool redeeming factor was at the end when it showed the release date, it showed 7 other players with
Yeah.
the one who originally walked up, which insinuates, makes you
8-player
expect,
multiplayer, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely we explicitly saw at least 4-player multiplayer.
Yes.
Like they showed four players in the world, in the game, walking around and exploring and having fun together, which was amazing. And that's what I'm really excited about. The possibility of the 8. What I liked about that 8 that they showed was that 2 of them were designed after the Smash Bros. Villager character designs.
I didn't notice that.
They had the girl
2.
with the pink hair and the boy like the standard design, that like default costume.
That's funny.
He had the same shirt, same hair designs. It was adorable.
Yeah. 8 players would be really cool. And
You see when he pole vaults past the river?
Yeah. Oh my god.
yeah.
That was so funny.
That was.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the all the games you have to like raise $1 billion to build a bridge. Now he's just like,
Screw that.
Fuck you,
I'm
Tom
just gonna
Nook.
go right across it.
I wonder if you're gonna pole vault and then it's gonna break and then you fall into the river and get washed down.
Tom Nook's gonna be like, don't do that again. Build a bridge. $1 million bills.
40,000 to pull you out.
Rossetti pops out.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh, Rossetti. Yeah. So that was Animal Crossing.
That was one of the really big ones
Yes.
we got.
We had some, JRPGs.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest announced.
Dragon Quest. Yeah, it was like Dragon Quest Definitive Edition S Maximum Final
Overdrive.
Triple A.
Like
Yeah.
as many ways as you can say new.
Right. And complete.
Just to make sure you didn't
Yeah.
already know.
Yeah, and so I guess on the topic of that, the Dragon Quest hero from multiple games, multiple skins, is going to be one of the new playable characters in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they have a special ability to do spells and stuff.
Yeah, they have like an
Which is
actual
really
spell
cool.
menu. They have mana.
They have mana.
Yeah.
Which looked really, really interesting.
It-
Now, I know like it was interesting because the other character they announced, it's almost like they explicitly tried to hit both the Western and the Eastern audience by
Sure.
giving the Japanese fans the Dragon Quest because it's huge over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And giving us our treasured Baron Bird, Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie,
Man,
dude.
that video. Let's talk.
They were so good.
It was so
oh my
good.
God, it was so
like,
good.
You got Donkey Kong, you got Diddy, and you got King K. Rool all chilling in the treehouse.
Yeah.
And like that's not weird.
No.
They're sleeping. They
Yeah.
hear a big noise, and they look out the window. And
Yeah.
that was funny.
Same
They're
way
all
they
smashed up.
introduced K. Rool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exact same rule. And then you see a bird, and you see
a
a bear, shadow, and you're like, oh, Banjo Kazooie.
Oh
and
my
then it's
God.
the duck hunt dog and duck. And
then they do the dumb laugh from the game,
Yeah.
and it's like the most frustrating
It's
thing.
so it just looked trolly.
Yeah,
it looked
was
so
perfect.
trolly.
And like as soon as you saw that scene set up, you knew what it was going for, but it still was hilarious.
Yeah, especially because in the very beginning, the little puzzle piece from Banjo-Kazooie bounced
Well, it
by.
was yeah. So like anyone who saw that and played the games, obviously at that point they know the silhouette.
Yeah.
And then Banjo just comes out absolute unit, and he's just
Dunks on.
his moveset in the game looks incredible.
Yeah.
I'm excited because it seems like we got like a really true to the game moveset. Like you can see he does the talent trot when he's sprinting, and it looks as if most characters in Smash Brothers, they don't run through other characters. Like if you're running towards someone and not taking a roll or an attack or an action, you don't run through the character.
You kind of
But with
stop.
Talent Trot with Banjo-Kazooie, it looks like you do.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, so I thought that was a really
wow.
interesting thing because, Talent Trot is a unique way of moving in the Banjo-Kazooie games. But you had like the farting egg bombs, which is from a mix of Banjo-Tooie and Banjo-Kazooie. You had the regular egg gun, which again, Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie and all that stuff. You had all kinds of really cool moves. You could see his dash attack was kind of like the crouch and B move from Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Everything. The final smash was like the Mega Space Jinjo.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so
amazing.
cool.
I was more like just enthralled by the level and how much it made
Twisted
me.
Mountain.
It
Yeah.
made me just want a Banjo-Kazooie remake because it looked so
Well,
good.
there is on the Xbox One. There's the Rare Replay Collection. It is a remaster. It's I think a little upscaled. I don't know exactly if I would call it a remake. But it's
Yeah.
like it's in widescreen.
They
I don't
they
think
do their
it's-
best.
I don't
Or,
think they
like-
like remade the assets like the same way Crash Bandicoot. I
Yeah.
think they just like reframed it and
Yeah.
made it work for that.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason I wanted an Xbox One at first. But now that you can play Xbox One games on PC, I can just, do that.
I kind of still wish that they didn't give us Banjo-Kazooie after that troll and gave us just a different
Anyone
character.
else?
Like,
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. But then, like, obviously in true Nintendo fashion, they'd also then be like, oh, here's Banjo.
How about the pure savagery that is Banjo's forward smash attack, where he pulls Kazooie out by his neck and just fucking wails him down to the
PETA
ground?
is already investigating this.
I have no doubt.
Does
that
not
bird
surprise
is
me.
terrified and is screaming. As soon as he grabs him by the legs, that bird is like,
Well,
And,
you see,
like-
Duck Hunt was grabbing him by the neck as he was laughing. He's like sitting there, hee hee hee, with
Yeah.
you know, like strangling that duck.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. You shoot a duck, the dog picks it up and he holds it.
yeah.
It's animal abuse with animals, though. Is that animal abuse?
That's nature.
That's nature, right?
That's nature.
That's just nature.
I wouldn't walk up to a cheetah who's eating a fresh zebra and be like, "That's not okay.
That's fair.
That's not okay."
That's just what bears do
That's
to birds.
nature. Yep.
That's nature.
That's just nature.
yeah, I guess now that you mention it like that, but they're best friends.
Are they, though?
I think
It's
so.
probably like a Stockholm Syndrome type situation.
Kazooie lives in the backpack. Well, I guess yeah. If Kazooie tries to fly away, maybe Banjo just grabs her and slams her.
Yeah, like,
Maybe her
clipping
wings are
those wings.
clipped.
Clipping those
That's
wings.
why you can't act. Oh no, you can fly.
What if Banjo tries to run away from the bird and the bird doesn't let him?
Oh.
I think he could just keep hitting that bird in the ground and be okay.
Banjo's up B move, the big jump, perfect, like frame by frame almost, like replication of the spring pads in Banjo-Kazooie also, which was really cool.
It's-
The character works really well for Smash.
It's
about
so
time.
good to see it.
Yeah.
I love that the way they introduced it, going back to that, where you have Diddy, you have Donkey, you have K. Rool. Two of those three characters were the creation of Rare.
Yep.
And then, like, it's not the same thing as when they introduced K. Rool, where their jaws are dropping. They're in the windows going, yeah, like cheering it up, like our friend made it, like
Right.
they were replicating how the crowd felt.
exactly.
Yeah.
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 And Grant Kirkhope actually was one of the first, like, outside of Japan composers to get to work on the remixes for Smash Bros. I remember reading a little like thread between him and Sakurai in a little article talking about how Sakurai like specifically wanted to reach out to Grant for it, and so like having him actually work on his own music from way back then and doing
Yep.
the remix, because I'm pretty sure they did not have David Wise work on any of the Donkey Kong Country themed tracks in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Those remixes are done by other artists, but
Yeah.
Grant Kirkhope, for those who don't know, the original composer of Banjo-Kazooie and good friend of David Wise, who was the original composer for the Donkey Kong Country games and other Rare games, Grant got to work on Smash Bros. For that Twisted Mountain remix track.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's incredible. But those two announcements alone were massive, but we had so much more too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much more for Nintendo, but we should probably get into our E3 day. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
not. We haven't even talked about anything.
That's
No.
true. We should.
Yeah.
We'll
But-
we'll keep moving because that's really the big things. Obviously, you've seen the direct. You can go watch it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What did
Go
we
ahead.
do? What did we do on the Tuesday when we came in?
Well, we scootered in,
Scooted in
Scootered,
fashion.
of course.
The first thing we did was, I think, approach the Nintendo booths.
Yeah, we checked out the
Yes.
Nintendo booth. We
We
came
walked
straight
in.
to the hall for Nintendo, and we're like, "Where you at, Doug?"
It's
Not there.
massive.
Yeah, it's the lines are insane.
The lines are stupid.
Yeah.
Ye-
But they have some really cool stuff set up. The Zelda Link's Awakening looks amazing.
the line for that one surprises me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I understand people want to play, a Legend of Zelda game and want to play the remake, but that line was longer than every other line.
Yeah.
Higher than Pokemon, higher than Luigi's Mansion, higher than everything.
It's
They
weird.
got
almost-
a whole
Go ahead.
They got a whole thing for Luigi's Mansion. Like
They have
it's
a mansion.
They have
literally
a
have a
mansion.
mansion.
They have a fake mansion. Yeah.
You walk
Yeah.
in, you get a flashlight.
Yeah.
Like it's like a legit mansion. And go ahead.
It's incredible. They've got the mansion for Luigi's Mansion. The Pokemon area, I would love to go in there. I don't want to wait, but like you can peek in and they talk about it, but they've built a replica of the water gym from
Yes.
Pokemon Sword and Shield. And like the walls are huge, so like when you're in there, it's painted around and there's posters that make it look like there's a stadium of Pokemon characters cheering for you. And like it really puts you in the environment. They have right outside of the display is like Sobble and Grookey and Scorbunny, the 3 starters from the new Pokemon game. They're all chilling like out in the field, like out there. You can take pictures with them. We got a few. They're cycling down on this laptop at some point.
Yeah.
No, I was blown away by that. And all of the Link's Awakening displays have these amazing little dioramas
Yes.
that are like 3D, like bird's eye view landscapes of the game.
Yes. They look so good.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Going real back to the Pokemon thing, though, another small detail I noticed is the employees in there who work for Nintendo, they're actually dressed up in like a gym, like they work for the gym.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was like such a nice
Yeah.
detail to have. Like, wow.
Definitely.
They're
Definitely
trying
a nice
to-
little
they're-
detail.
They're trying to bring that immersion.
I think there's at least like 100 Nintendo employees, strict, like not even including like any other tasks, just managing people, like
Yeah.
guiding lines
Yes.
and facilitating the movement of all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we would have gone in on the Nintendo stuff, but like those lines are just too long and
Yeah.
it's Nintendo. They're not just like walk up and be like, hey, can I check it out? Like you really got to do that ahead of time, and that's something that we didn't really approach correctly this E3, which we've learned from our mistake. Next year we will be able to, do that as media, plan an appointment to be able to play those games without waiting in a line and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Lucky enough, all of the games that are coming out are like within this year.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah, we're not missing out on anything.
There's no big ticket items in the sense of like Breath of the Wild 2 isn't on the floor,
Oh,
no.
or something is at the same, like Mario Maker 2 is not on the floor.
Right.
Something at the height of Smash Brothers is not on the floor. It's all games I'm stoked about, but I'm absolutely fine waiting to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're
Yeah.
gonna be able to play them in a few months. The only game we really cared so much about on Nintendo was Mario Maker 2. That's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get it. It's gonna be fun.
How about the Sega booth?
Sega booth? Now Sega's booth is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's accessible.
Yeah.
All the nerds are hanging out at the Nintendo booth in lines for 2-3 hours. Sega is like 10-minute wait.
Yeah.
Almost always. Which is
Yeah.
that's
And they've
fine.
got some really cool stuff. Their big
Yeah.
ticket item is apparently Sonic and Mario at the Olympics again.
Yep.
Mario and
Mhm.
Sonic. Whose name is first on that? I think it's Mario.
I think it's
Sonic.
Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic
they
Games.
Just swap it every year, but
Yeah.
yeah. It's a Sega game, so Mario gets to go first.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Sega heads development on that at this point, and I'm pretty sure they always have. But their thing is sweet. They've got a sweet rock climbing wall that we got to do.
Yeah.
Just like you can literally get to do a rock wall.
It's
Yeah.
probably like a 3-story. Would you say 3-story?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a 3-story rock climbing wall. Excuse me. Yeah. And Jakku almost died.
Well, I didn't want. I wasn't sure if I should jump off, but getting up there was easy.
Yeah,
it was
that
getting
was nice
off.
and easy,
I was
yeah.
like, oh wait, I should just jump.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
realize you could just like use the harness and fall down, so I like climbed back down when I was
Yeah,
done.
that's what
which
I-
is what they tell you to do at the rock gym that I go to in Windsor. 'Cause,
Right.
Like it builds up your like for actual strength training, going down is part of the endurance building and all that stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, but the Sega booth is really cool. They have that. They had like, it was really cool. They had the Genesis Mini area, and it's like exactly what we did with the Warp World booth at TwitchCon last year. Like,
Yep.
like a nice shag carpet, like paneled walls. Literally the exact same vibe we were going for. I want to
Beanbags.
say,
Yeah.
non-biased opinion, I think we did it better.
Wow, yeah, absolutely.
The only thing they did better was their wall was like not just a wallpaper, like it was like literally textured wood panel kind
Yeah.
of style.
It was just printed on. We had like
yeah.
a vinyl drop that we could do. Theirs was like printed on like a hard, like this, but
Yeah.
hard.
Essentially
Obviously,
budgetary differences.
Yeah.
But ours had like a lot more heart, a lot
Yeah.
more
Yes.
personality.
But
had a
theirs-
couch.
Yeah, theirs was really cool though.
Yeah.
And they had a giant Sega controller next to it.
Yeah.
So they have the Sega Mini, but then they got a giant controller that's like the size of tofu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
no,
literally
it's
you can only do
huge.
2P1C on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
Sega, and they had a nice track. They had like a racing track.
Yeah, they got an Olympic like racing track style thing. You can't race on it, but it's cool. They gave us cool shirts. They gave us
Yep.
cool pins.
Decals. Yeah. Sega, we were able to make a media appointment. We're blurring
Yes.
our days, but whatever.
Yeah,
We're blurring-
it's
we're
fine.
blurring our days.
We're
It's
blurring our
fine.
days going forward. But Sega was really cool.
Yeah.
The employees were really nice. We had a lot of jokes with them. We talked about Danny DeVito a few times with them.
Yeah, Sega's been really cool. They do really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to play the Judgment game from the Yakuza series.
Uh-huh.
That was really fun, actually.
Yeah, you kicked a guy so hard he literally rotated.
Yeah, like 360 rotation.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. So I mean, there's two halls.
Yeah.
Sega and Nintendo are right next to each other.
Yeah,
And then
they're
there's-
pretty much the big ticket items in that one hall. There's a few other things around it, but that's pretty much all you go to that hall for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the other booths there, like
Yeah, there was like a game competition between universities and stuff like that, and an Indiecade area that did have some cool stuff. There was a Wave Break was there,
Yep.
which is a game we played at GDC as well, which is really cool. There are Killer Queen cabinets around in this hall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we should definitely
we
go
should post
play
up
those.
at that after this and find some noobs, take them down.
Yeah.
I've actually never played myself.
Oh.
Well, good. You're gonna learn.
Yeah.
We're gonna teach you.
We're teaching the ways of the Queen. Let's see. So the other hall, though, the hall that we're actually recording in right now, a lot more going on. They
Just gotta say, really attractive woman just walks by and gave us a really enthusiastic wave, and I almost just walked right out of here.
Slick Mick.
Yeah. So Fortnite. Let's talk about Fortnite's booth.
Fortnite.
Literally
Okay.
taking up about 25% of this stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the big
25.
ticket item in this area. Actually, there's a lot of big ticket
There's a
items
lot.
in this area.
There's a
This
lot.
hall's pretty big. They have one of the larger booths for sure. They have like 5 or 6 different attractions
Uh-huh.
in
Yeah.
the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. There was you could go and play creative mode levels and stuff. Like, there's an area
Yeah.
to play Fortnite.
Yeah.
And not many people give a shit about that because you can play Fortnite at home. There's
You can
nothing
play it on your phone.
new
You don't have to
here.
wait in line.
You can literally play it on your phone, yeah. But there was, it's not from the game in any fashion, but it's this cool, almost like American Gladiator style minigame competition
Or
where
Ninja Warrior.
Ninja
yeah.
Warrior, yeah, where it's got like 7 or 8 platforms, and everybody's standing on one of these platforms, and then this gigantic bar is rotating around these platforms. One half of it is high up, and one half of it is down low. So you got to crouch under and jump above as this thing spins. And we're doing this competition. The rule is if you get hit 3 times, you're out. We're all killing it, obviously.
Yeah,
But
obviously.
Jakku found the God strats.
Yeah, I did.
Body slam.
Yeah. I mean, at first I was doing the normal, I'm just going to jump when I got to jump, duck when I got to duck. And then I realized if you body slam that platform, you go low enough to go under the low bar too. And it was much easier to body slam and then go to crouch. Body slam, go to crouch, then to get back up and jump.
Yeah.
And it got down to me and Xwater, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, you got to jump. I'm like, fine. And I jumped for the last few.
I actually got hit, like, when I jumped, the thing was moving so fast, it clipped my foot.
Clipped your
and,
foot, yeah.
And it threw me.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got to sign a waiver for that
Yeah,
bad boy.
yeah.
Like, it's like a bounce house type of thing, but like, someone, I guarantee you at least one person has left that like, ooh, ow, ooh.
Oh,
you
yeah.
I messed up my toe.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
you almost
You
died.
got a bruise on
Yeah, I
your
almost
leg.
died.
Yeah.
No, I have one of my big toes is kind of hurting, but it was so much fun.
It was. The
And-
Fortnite booth was really cool. Then we got free slurp juice,
Yeah.
or as I like to call them, little cummies.
Yeah, don't do that. You got us kicked out for calling it that. They have popcorn that you could get. They had a few other things too. Didn't we do 2 Fortnite things? I feel like they were really quick.
I don't remember another
I
Fortnite. There
don't
was a
remember
gigantic wheel you could spin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I didn't
we
really.
didn't
it
do
was
that.
just the slurp juice. I was
Yeah,
thinking.
they had a lot of dancers, like people who were dressed up in costumes from
yeah,
Fortnite.
doing the
They had
Fortnite
dance
dances.
contests. Yeah, you could do a dance contest. I bet
Uh-huh.
you, like, whoever wins gets their dance in the game.
Something like that.
Because
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also had a huge party the first night.
Uh-huh.
We didn't get to go to it because we were too busy drinking.
Too busy drinking to go to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I think a lot of the E3 memories, the convention memories and stuff, like that's very much like a rave style party where you're not having conversations,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
No.
And
Not
that's
really
kind
our
of like
style.
the thing that we're looking to do while we're here. We don't get to spend time with each other like that often. We all live so far apart. So when we are together, it's nice to not be at those rave settings.
Yeah, and we're here for business. We're trying to do contacts.
We're businessmen.
We're businessmen. We're media.
business.
Um,
We're media.
But yeah, Fortnite was cool. There was a small video game museum as well.
Yeah, there's like a video game history area. They got the
Oh, yeah.
coolest Sonic sweater of like
Oh
ever.
my
It looks
God.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. There she is again.
She's circling. She's like a shark.
She's scouting us out.
Yeah.
She listens to the Warp World. She's one of our millions of listeners.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Man, what?
when
what
she hears
else?
this on Monday, she's gonna be like, "Damn, I should have came in
I
there."
should have came over.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Oh, there was let's talk about the Final Fantasy cycle.
Oh, yeah, that
that's
was
where we
cool.
met up with Ryu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryu and Tammy.
Ryu and
Yep.
Tammy. Yep.
So right in the main entrance of E3, there's a few things you can do. There's the human claw game where you can go
Yeah.
and pick something up. That's cool. One of our friends actually hurt themselves on that. Had to sign a waiver. But they have the motorcycle from Final Fantasy VII, Cloud's motorcycle, and they let you go on it, and then they take like a semi 3D photo,
Panorama.
a panorama that rotates around you a little bit.
Almost like a Matrix style shoot.
It's got like
Yeah.
12 cameras in it. It gets all these different shots.
Yeah.
And that line wasn't too bad. That was
Yeah,
like
we were in there for
30
like 30 minutes,
hanging
40
out with
minutes or
Ryukar.
something.
Yeah.
we had just met up with Ryu and Tammy, so
Yeah.
we took the time to kind of like catch up, chat about the trip and everything.
Yeah.
Hope we can catch them again for a dinner or something tonight.
Before they leave.
Before they head out, yeah.
Let's see. And then right behind that was the Crash Bandicoot thing,
Yeah.
which is silly.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, you
We-
can't
I
go
went to
wrong.
take a-
I went to take a picture there today, and the line was just empty, and I was like, I mean, a picture's a picture.
He
It's
literally,
all fun.
he literally walked up, and they're like, "Yeah, you can go sit on it." It was,
That's funny.
It was cool. They had a little trophy and everything, so I was just like one hand on the wheel, one hand holding the trophy. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
While we're talking about photos, we also did Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat was really
Mortal
funny.
Kombat was cool.
We had three different poses where like I was like I took off my shirt and like I had my sleeveless shirt on as I do because it's 2019.
Yep.
And like flexing and everything like that. Tofu has like the cool holding the skull up and like drinking the blood. And then Jaku's pose was holding the skull and looking at his phone like, I don't give a shit, man.
Yeah. I just gotta get back to my Discord messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
It pulled out a lot of chuckles from, because like they put it up on the screen right after. It pulled up a lot of chuckles from everybody in the line and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been, so this hall has like a lot of really cool booths like that, and the Mortal Kombat booth is one of them. There's the Cyberpunk, the Bethesda area.
Yep.
The Cyberpunk booth has an amazing aesthetic.
Yes.
It has lines literally circling like this room.
Yes.
And the craziest thing is that you don't even get to play it when you go in. You get to watch a developer play the demo.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a 20-minute demo, and it's like a small theater inside. So you
Yeah.
get like 20 people in there probably.
Yeah.
But all you get to do is watch someone play it, which I get it. Well, you want to see the content of the game, but if you can't even play it, 2-3 hour wait. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
literally drive to Vegas in that time.
Here's what you do. You put Tofu in line. You're like, here's a camera. See you in 3 hours, Tofu. Let me see that footage.
Tooth camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it right on your tooth. Then as you're watching, you just smile.
Yeah. It's the new thing.
It's perfect for
Um,
me.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, I can't understand standing in a line for a video, but you know, we're not necessarily media journalists, maybe a lot of them, but
That's true.
There's a lot of gamers that
And there's a lot of people who are
excited.
I know that's like definitely the most hype game coming out in the next in the next year.
Yeah. What if the secret is Keanu Reeves is the developer that plays the game?
That would actually explain the line.
That's worth sitting in line.
But they don't tell you that, and no one knows. But
You're
people know.
breathtaking.
Oh, that was hilarious.
That was great.
He had a good time.
Yeah. He did a fantastic job.
I love the progression of Keanu Reeves in video games.
Yeah.
It starts with Bill and Ted, and then it goes to the Matrix. Enter the Matrix, and now we got this, and everyone's like, oh yeah, we just did better video game graphics just to make Keanu Reeves better in video games.
Apparently too, Cyberpunk is like Keanu's not just like a one-off character in that game. Like he's like going to be a big part of the story for the whole entirety of it.
He did 15 days of voice recording.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's not just like, oh, I'm really in the game for a moment, see you later. He's part of it, which is really cool.
I'm really enjoying this new era of celebrities starring in video games.
Well, it's one of the next stages.
Yeah, it is.
As many gamers have known and have said for years, it's a form of entertainment, it's a form of art, it's a form of media that is going to be the next form over books and movies.
I remember a decade ago, there was arguments about whether or not video games can be classified as like a form of art like that. And now it's not even a question. It's like,
no, absolutely.
Are you kidding? Keanu Reeves is in a video game. Of course it is.
It's really meshing the media of it all together.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, Square Enix, they got
a big booth.
Yeah, they got a big booth. Final Fantasy 15. They got some Final Fantasy 7 stuff.
Apparently, you could demo Final Fantasy 7. You had to get a pass though, and they were not given to everybody.
It was VIP. Yeah, they had a VIP entrance.
Well, it wasn't only VIP. My brother's here with his friend, and his friend got a pass to do the demo.
Oh,
so,
interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe we walk up to the media check-in area, see if we can arrange anything.
never know.
And, final day, maybe there's some time.
Yeah. What else was there? Oh, you guys went to the Dragon Ball capsule.
Yeah.
This morning.
Well, we didn't do the capsule. What we did do was we learned the power of the media badges today, and that's when we're walking around and we see the Bandai Namco media entrance, and we walk up and it says like appointment check-in. But Tofu and I actually had a really interesting moment yesterday with a buddy of mine that I'll talk more about in a second. That kind of like showed us just how much power you have with a media badge.
Yeah.
So I walked out there and I'm just like, we don't have an appointment, but we'd love to check out the games. We're going to be covering them on a podcast later today.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh yeah, we can't slate you in for any meetings, but we can welcome you into the floor and all that stuff. It'll be fine and all this and everything like that. So they let us in and we got to play Rad, which is actually really cool. It's like
it's like a dungeon crawler. At least that's what it reminded me of.
Action RPG style game, similar to like Bastion, Diablo, Gauntlet, stuff like that. But at the same time, with a really interesting mutation style twist. So you like go in and as you explore this world, it's like very much based off of the 80s. Like the loading tracks started off with like the from Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, but then like it obviously it makes it into something else. And it had a lot of like 80s references and everything. But you mutate in the game as you explore, and you grow new powers, and you find new like mods to your character. So my character was pooping out little larvae with the R trigger, and I could fight alongside them. And you were what? Breathing fire?
I was able to shoot fire from my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was really cool. Like it was there was a gauge at the top.
Yeah.
And when you killed enough like mutated enemies, you yourself became mutated.
Yes.
And it like what I noticed is it took on the form of whatever I killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mutations were really cool. The exploration was a lot of fun. I wasn't sure if it was multiplayer or not. I'm assuming it will be because
it looks like it's
something that fits multiplayer.
Yeah. It has that it's two-dimensional, but in a 3D it's a 2D game to where you only move up, up and down and then left and right.
Yeah.
But then it's like on a 3D platform, kind of like Diablo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very Diablo-esque. It looked like it's gonna be a dungeon crawler. It was just I thought it was fun.
It was cool. It's something I'd love to play with a group of friends when it is launched. But the big thing in there was obviously Dragon Ball, the new Kakarot game, and we got to play up to the end of the Raditz fight.
Okay. Yeah.
And so it was really cool. Like, obviously Dragon Ball has released game after game after game where it's like, hey, go beat Raditz and Frieza and like play through the story. But this was really cool because you start off in an open world and you just go around exploring. There's villages around. You could stop and go fishing. You could stop and go mining, find minerals. Like, you level up. You can spec tree and everything. Like, the first thing I did, because it was a 20-minute time cap demo, so I was like, I see a couple quest markers. I went over to a small village and I found a character. I can't remember his name. He's like the brown dude with a turban from the Dragon Ball that he fought in the tournament.
Yeah, sure.
That guy, I think it's like Pi or something.
Southern.
Yeah.
So I find him, and like Goku and him have some dialogue, and he's like, I'm trying to sell these these rocks to feed my village. So you find, like, your quest is to find someone to sell this stuff to on behalf of him. And it's like a neat little world interaction that I didn't expect to run into in this game. Like, they had a lot more depth to the outside of the story stuff than I anticipated.
It's like a real RPG in a way.
Yeah, there's leveling up.
And, and is there the voice actors? Is it?
There's voice actors for main scenes. It was like your standard, okay.
Is it the real voice actors? Original?
Yes,
Nice. Yeah,
definitely Sean Shamel, still voicing Goku.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
All of the main story scenes were great. The visuals are great. The combat's actually like really good. Tofu and I were talking about how like it's not a masher. Like you gotta be
That's
skilled.
good because I think the mashing Dragon Ball games, like we've done that so many times now.
Yeah.
And we did have some Dragon Ball RPGs on the NES and Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
But they were never to the States.
There was one on the Game Boy Advance that I loved.
Yes, a lot of people. That one was Legend of Goku 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really good. So it's nice to see that again. Again, we're gonna see the same old story we see with Goku or Kakarot forever and ever. You go through that whole saga. But it's nice to know that there's elements outside of that typical story, so you're not just playing something you've already seen 15 other times.
Exactly.
No, honestly, when they announced the Kakarot game, like my first thought was like Resident Sleeper, like wow, another one.
Yeah.
And playing it was actually like, you know what? I actually might.
I might pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know yesterday you're like, I'm like, what do you think of the new Dragon Ball game? You're like, I'm like, yeah. It's cool.
The real big shame is that we didn't get to do the capsule. Like, they have the display that's like the capsule core ship that, you know, Goku flies to Planet Frieza. And I wanted to go in there and do push-ups.
Yeah.
That would be the highlight of my life.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's talk about what the real highlight of your life is, though. Because, I think we're getting a little long.
Yeah. Okay, then yesterday's events?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead and take it away.
You know, I'll let you, man.
All right.
Highlight of your life.
So let's start the setting.
We'll set the setting. Yeah.
So what?
Well, Jakku has already met and made friends with a person at Nintendo. Are we going to be excluding his name from this?
Let's be safe about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to name names or mention anything like that. But
we're going to name one name.
We're going to name one name eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a friend at Nintendo and Jakku like already had previously met him and knew him, and so introduced us, and we all went out and met up together with a big group to go get some nice authentic Japanese food at a restaurant, like a very authentic Japanese restaurant. Like, the people there spoke Japanese very fluently.
We were on Tommy Mats.
We were on Tommy Mats. It was the first time I sat crisscross applesauce at a dinner table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. We had to take off our shoes.
Yeah.
When we came
slippers
down
to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go wear
all
slippers.
that stuff.
It was a legit Japanese experience.
It was hilarious. And right after we sit down, like maybe 5 minutes in, our friends from Sega walk in. We're sitting with Nintendo and Sega walks up and we're like, this is awkward.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's talk about Sega real quick.
Yeah.
They've been following us.
Yeah.
That was not the first time we went somewhere and Sega showed up.
Yeah.
So we're on to you. Oh,
There was 2 or 3
what the
times.
Fuck, Sega? Really? Wow.
Get out of here.
They're watching the podcast right now.
There were 2 or 3 times yesterday alone that like we ran into the same people from Sega, not at the conference.
Yeah.
So
and complete
we're
different
suspicious.
areas.
Yeah.
Like kind of odd.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're sitting down, we're enjoying a really nice meal, and eventually Jordan Kent, the person who commentated one of the commentators for the championships, had
The
joined
Mario
us.
Maker, the Mario Maker, the Splatoon, the Smash.
And so that was already like blowing my mind a little bit. Like
was
I was
pretty
kind of
cool.
geeking out. I asked him like, I was fangirling. I asked him how he got started into commentary. Like, we just chilled out and stuff. And then after a while, I'm like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom. Come back. And these guys already know.
Yeah.
I sit down, and then our Nintendo friend is like, promise me when I tell you this, you won't freak out. And I'm like, okay, I'm braced. What is it? Aonuma was there. The director of the Legend of Zelda franchise since Ocarina of Time, maybe even earlier. I don't think so.
Potentially.
Was like 20, 30 feet away from us.
He was
Yeah.
eating in the same restaurant.
Yeah.
I had just walked right past him and didn't even realize it as I returned back from the bathroom.
Yeah.
He was in the same place. I sat there and like, I didn't scream, but in my head, like, I had to start breathing deeply. Like, I was shook.
We were worried you were going to recognize him on your way back and just like, what?
Yeah, like you were telling us the surprise.
Yeah.
But
I was very focused on like just getting back.
yeah,
Yeah.
at first you looked like you were about to lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I was like,
You were hyperventilating
Like
for a second.
we were literally all wearing Zelda
Yeah,
shirts.
all three of us had Zelda shirts on, which
It's
was
definitely been my
hilarious.
favorite franchise of like all time. It holds a very special place in my heart. We got to see the man in person. It was I didn't think I was telling Tofu the day before, like I don't think I can be like peak, like I can have that moment again. I don't think I can have these moments like after doing Red Bull speedrun sessions,
yeah.
after doing all the crazy shit that we've been doing for the last couple of
E3,
years.
or,
I didn't think it got any higher.
TwitchCon,
and
yeah.
then
I saw him in person.
And
Yeah.
what's even crazier is because it was so we were sitting at the table with people who worked at Nintendo.
Yeah.
And the table where Aonuma sat, I guess they ordered too much food, and they're like, "Hey, you know what, guys? You guys want some ribs?" So we were like literally eating ribs that Aonuma ordered because he was too full. Just like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
And so as we're leaving the restaurant, like he's bracing us, and obviously he doesn't the
Yeah.
person from Nintendo, he doesn't want us to like go up and be like, oh my god, we love your stuff. Can we take a picture with you? Like,
Right.
He was very much like, hey, like we
I-
met
like,
up.
please don't, like-
bother him. He's here. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to do that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
and-
And we were obviously like, sure.
Of course.
So we were like, we're gonna walk past. We're gonna wave. And he waved back at us, and he
Yeah.
was like, and I definitely did a little bow. Like I was like, thank you, Aonuma-san.
He was afraid of me.
Yeah, and so we all went outside, and so one of the people we were dining with was knew the person from Nintendo through their stream, and he was there with his mother. He was a younger audience member.
Yeah.
And so because he was a younger kid, like somewhere between like 16, 17, 18, something
Yeah,
like that.
somewhere in
He
that
was
range.
young.
He was
He was
young.
young.
Yeah,
So-
they pulled some strings for him to get a picture with Aonuma,
Yeah.
And
but
he-
we weren't good enough for
No,
it.
Yeah.
Aonuma came out of the restaurant, and we're like, oh, are we gonna do a group photo, maybe?
My
But-
favorite part was that everybody started clapping after the
yeah,
picture was
yeah.
taken.
It
Thank
was
you.
so adorable.
Yeah.
It was wholesome.
It was a definly fun moment. Like,
It was
Yeah.
wholesome.
5 feet away from him at that point.
Yeah, I
Oh.
couldn't believe it. I
That was
couldn't
really
believe
cool.
it.
That was wild.
Yeah.
You won't ever remember it, but Aonuma has seen my face.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
might
Who
have
knows?
a character that looks like you in the next Zelda.
Yeah, maybe.
He's designing characters like, do this look. And it's like,
You
that
know
looks
what?
like Mickey.
That guy
He's
looks a
got
lot.
a nose piercing.
Yeah. Huh.
He looks
He's got some
suspiciously like
gauges.
Brendan Urie.
That was really cool. And that was completely far away from E3.
Yeah. We were
Well,
like
oh, yeah.
blocks. Like we were like an 8-minute,
10-minute
13-minute Uber
Yeah,
away.
it was 13 minutes. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a good.
It was a wild
good distance
coincidence
away.
that we happened to run into Sega and Aonuma
Oh my god.
at this restaurant that is like not that close to the convention.
Yeah. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And that was definitely like one of the big moments of E3.
It definitely shook me, dude. It definitely shook me.
We went to the Twitch partner party.
Yeah, and we got to meet a couple. That Twitch partner party was really interesting because I felt like at TwitchCon, the people there are everybody,
Yeah,
right?
every
Everybody's
single
there.
partner,
I felt
pretty
like
much.
the partners at the TwitchCon or at the E3 partner party were all these like giants.
Yeah.
These intimidating like your standard like 5 to 10K average viewership kind of partners, and it's just like whoa.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and here we are, like, rum and coke, please.
Yeah. So that was really, it was a really fun little
Yeah.
shindig. We didn't stay for too long though.
No, we stayed a little over an hour.
Yeah.
We got late. It was actually wrapping up. We got out right before they wrapped up, so there wasn't like this mad dash to get out.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Hang out with a lot of Twitch people. We've had a lot of meetings off the show floor with developers
Yeah.
and other like Twitch-related type people and stuff for Warped
Yeah.
business.
We got a couple
Which-
meetings after this.
Yeah, which has been really great, really fun.
Yeah.
And like, we're really going places, I feel like. At least we're making all the right moves, or
Yeah.
trying to.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know what? I think what we can take away from this is like we've learned E3, we've learned how to do E3.
Yes.
I feel like I feel like I've learned how to carry myself at these kind of
Yeah.
places
Yes.
and in these sorts of settings and meetings and everything.
yes.
And the crazy thing
absolutely.
is like these are all really big events and important things, but I find that it's like this is just the flash of the camera compared to like all of the setup that is, everything we've done before this, all of the work, the blood, sweat, and tears that goes in every day to everything that Warp World is doing, whether it be podcasts, developing, streaming, broadcast,
Yeah.
all avenues that we've hit have all kind of accumulated together to bring us to what this trip has been. And it's been humbling, it's been unreal, and it's been something I can only be so great. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's. You took the words out of my mouth. I can't even add to it because
Yeah.
you're right. It's a very humbling experience.
Yeah.
And like this is all of our first real E3. I've been to E3 twice before this, but it is I was in as like I cheated my way in. I gained nothing. I got in as through Circuit City. Circuit City. I'm like, I work in video games. Sure, they accepted my application.
Yeah.
Jokes on them. It was completely different back then. One, because age difference, but two, like the floor show seemed so much bigger, and they had so many more grand displays because it was all media focused.
Yeah.
And now there's so many like normal attendees here, just gamers, that it's kind of like any other conference you go to, like PAX. It feels very like this is how it is now.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily bad, but I kind of do miss what I remember seeing in like the grand displays.
Do you think
everywhere.
maybe it's different just because of the perspective of yourself at that age as to what you would perceive now? Like if you were 19 walking into this, do you think you'd have that same like, whoa?
I think it would still blow my mind, but like I was talking like every single booth was huge and had like some crazy overhanging dragon or something crazy, and it was just like so much to do and so much swag. Like there's swag here, but like still seems much more smaller than before.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, everything is. There's been so many highlights about it, but I gotta say there have been a few things about E3 that have made me salty.
Oh yeah,
Salty.
Yeah.
salty, huh?
Yeah, there's been a couple of things that have made me salty, which does bring us to one of my favorite things, the Marianne's Chocolate Salty Moment of the Week. And this is a segment where we talk about things in the gaming world or our lives that are making us salty. And it's a segment brought to you by Marianne's Chocolate, the provider of the spectacular Warp coins. You can find them at coins.warp.world, and you can order yourself a pack of 12 Warp coins. They're about the size of a mayonnaise lid. And I'm talking a big jar of mayonnaise, too.
Not that small, like
Yeah, not those
size.
squirt bottles or anything like that.
Like
We're talking a big
the 24
disc,
ounce.
a
Yeah,
24 ounce
24
unit. Yeah, it's about the size of a lid for each coin. You get 12 coins in a pack. You can mix and match between milk chocolate, dark chocolate. They all got a little bit of salt in there, which is provided from us. We generate the salt. And if you use code WARP, you get $5 off. So thank you to Marianne's Chocolate for sponsoring this podcast. We appreciate you. Our salty moment of the week, the way we're getting you your product, is the lines, man. The
lines.
Nintendo lines in
Oh.
particular.
Okay, so we showed up this morning.
We woke up at 8:20.
I woke up at 7.
You were up early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wake up early.
You had a shower.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life.
We get here, and we find out for today that the gamers and the media get in at the same time.
Yep.
And so we have to not essentially wait in line. It was more wait for this mass to kind of rush the door.
Wait in ball, kinda.
Yeah, wait and ball. We get through the door, and me and Xwater jog our way to the Link's Awakening, and we get in line, and immediately, it's probably like 9:03,
This is right as it opened, and we ran, beelined it to the spot.
beelined it. 2.5, 3 hour wait.
Yeah.
Done. Just
we
that.
walked right out of the line at that point, because
It-
I want to play it, but there's so many other things I want to experience. I don't want to sit in a line for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's a
It-
game you've already played.
It is.
It's a game that's coming out in a few months.
It is.
You
Yeah.
can do so many better things in that 3 hours here than playing something that you're gonna
Yeah.
be like, yeah, that was cool.
What has me really salty about it isn't so much the fact that I didn't get to play the game, but I want to take in the experience of that booth without having to wait in the line. I would love
Right.
if there was a way that people could still
Walk through
walk
it.
through and see the area without having a separate game station with
Yeah.
decorations, because I really wanted to get a close-up look at those dioramas. I really wanted to go through Luigi's Mansion. I
Yeah.
really wanted to go in and check out that Pokemon gym.
Yeah.
And I would love to pick up those. They got pins for Pokemon. I'm pretty sure you can get a Sobble, Grookey,
Yeah.
and Scorbunny pin.
You
I
know,
really want those.
What would be nice is if they put those dioramas and stuff in the line.
Yeah.
So you have something to look at. And
That would be a nice way to
and
do it.
while you're
The
waiting.
Nintendo line is so long, you literally have to go to the area where they don't have carpet. Like there's tape on the floor
Yeah.
that makes a maze.
Yeah.
And people stand inside these lines of tape
And
to
then
fill up this maze.
They let you in at certain...
And they let you into the, it's a line to get into the line, to get into the area where there's a line to play the game.
Yeah. Yesterday we checked the line, and did they say it was like a 5-hour wait,
Something
6-hour
like
wait?
that. Yeah.
It was just it's ludicrous.
It
It's
is
absolutely
ludicrous.
ludicrous.
Now, I waited in line for the DS.
Yeah.
And that was a 2-hour wait, which
Okay.
was not bad.
Yeah.
Like 2 hours to see the Nintendo DS before
Anyone.
it was announced here.
Yeah.
And that was worth it. That's something, new system, you got to play that. A game that's a re-release, essentially.
Yeah.
I get it. We all want to
It's
play
exciting.
it. It's exciting.
It is.
But
It's not worth 6 hours.
It's not worth 6
It's
hours.
not worth 3 hours.
2 hours.
It might be worth 1.
1 hour.
If
I think an
if
hour.
my day is, see, that's the thing, man. We're here on business too. We're not here to, we're not here to just like spend a day at the convention floor. We got meetings, we got things to do, we got people we want to see, we got friends we want to hang out with.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of like
A little salty.
Turns
Yeah.
me
It's
out,
hard.
gets me a little salty.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, but we do know for next year that
We
as
can-
media we can like book in advance this kind of thing.
Yes.
And it's something we did very much like book our E3's trip very late. It was
Yeah.
kind of like Mario Maker date was announced and we're like, what we should try and do? It was like an idea that popped in our head that we never really planned on doing this anything further back than a month before the date.
Yeah, and now we know, and we'll be able to have better E3 next year.
Yeah.
But it was still worth it because again, we came for a lot of meetings around E3.
Yeah.
We probably had like 15 plus meetings already.
Yeah. It was beneficial.
Yeah.
It was greatly beneficial for Warp World as a whole in terms of all of the development aspects, the developer aspects of it.
Yeah. So we hope.
Also being here as a streamer, it was a big learning experience, I feel.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think that's gonna have to be it for this episode.
You guys want a real quick hot take?
What's your hot take?
Hot take. Real quick hot take.
Hot take.
Who won the conference in 1 minute or less? Go ahead.
Nintendo.
Sega.
Sega won my heart in the conference, I'll say. They gave us a shirt. They let us climb a wall. Nintendo brought a lot. Nintendo didn't bring a lot that we didn't know was coming. I don't think Nintendo won the conference.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Okay, Breath of the Wild 2. Nintendo
Banjo-Kazooie.
wins. Nintendo wins.
I mean,
Breath of the Wild 2, yeah. But here's the thing. Microsoft did a really good job. I'm not gonna lie. I love everything with the new Game Pass. I love everything they're doing with how they're trying to innovate the industry. And I don't think they necessarily brought anything new in terms of, like, obviously we're biased, we're Nintendo people.
Yeah.
But I really respect the game that Microsoft pulled out for this conference in terms of what they want to do with streaming,
Yep.
what they want to do with the Game Pass, both on Xbox and on PC, and the merger of those two. It makes me want to own an Xbox, have it in my living room, so I have this Game Pass. I can play these games when I want to and all that stuff for a small little subscription. Like, they're winning me over. I think this Game Pass is like the first step to the future of gaming. The same way that nobody goes out and buys a movie anymore. You just watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Same thing. Who's gonna want to spend $60 on Gears when I can just get a month of Game Pass for $10?
I think Microsoft had the best announcements that we didn't expect.
Yeah.
Nintendo had all the stuff we wanted and are excited to see and play.
Yeah.
But Sega had the best, most accessible booth for the attendees.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
The real winners are the gamers.
No,
The real winners are the friends we made along the
we
way.
did that last year.
Yeah.
All right.
All
That's
right.
gonna be it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. If you watched on the Twitch stream live at E3, thank you. We apologize for the noise. Hopefully our editor can do a good job with it. But otherwise, this has been the Warp World crew.
Make sure you check us out on
Yeah.
patreon.warp.world. Make sure if you're listening on a podcast app, you give us those good ratings and all that
Yes,
jazz.
please rate us.
Yes.
Yes.
Give us as many say nice things about me. It inflates my ego more than it currently is, and it's great.
But yeah, follow us on Twitter.
All that
at
good
Warp
stuff.
World. But we'll see you next time. This was episode 100
did it.
milestone. We did it.
We did it, Mom.
Yay!
All right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Have a fantastic week, everybody. We'll catch you next time when Grand Pooh
Bye.
Bear returns.